I will hand over to Representative Padma Kuppa.
Thank you so much, Amina. It's unfortunate that we have to be here, but I would like to say good morning and thank you to everyone who's joined us. I'm happy to be here with my colleagues in the State House and our friends at Michigan United, who I really appreciate for organizing this press conference. I'd like to begin by inviting everyone to join me by taking a deep breath. It's so critical that we take a breath, that we take a pause. The scene that unfolded at our nation's capital yesterday into the early hours of today is something that will take many of us quite some time to process. As someone who believes so deeply in America and in our democracy and in the common humanity of all people, I have to say that gathering my thoughts and putting how I'm feeling into words has been a challenge. I'm incredibly grateful for the continued safety of our congressional peers in the House and the Senate, and even today for the House Business Office letting us know that initially there was a threat and now it's clear that we can go to the Capitol and to the House Office building. But we still recognize that safety in the face of danger isn't possible without dedicated peacekeepers that step up day in and day out. Reflecting on yesterday, I especially think of what my colleagues and I endured in the state legislature on April 30th in this great state of Michigan, in Lansing, in our own beautiful capital. We had a very similar event when we were in session on April 30th. It's been 9 months since that the storming of the Capitol building in Lansing by armed individuals. We've seen that frenzy fomented, especially with questioning general election results at every level, questioning the validity of science-based decisions about the pandemic, endangering the lives of our elected leaders, whether it's with armed gunmen in our own chambers, a kidnapping plot against Governor Whitmer, threats against my colleague, Representative Cynthia Johnson, and Secretary of State Benson. Our safety on that day in April was made possible by the dedicated sergeants at arms and the Michigan State Police, and to them we owe a continued debt of gratitude for their service. The responsibility to keep our community, state, and nation peaceful lies within each and every one of us, though. It's a responsibility and a duty that we must heed no matter the politics we ascribe to, because that's what it means to be an American. We must also take a moment to explicitly recognize how exactly it is that we got here. It's inflammatory rhetoric, a lack of respect for our traditions, norms, and common decency. It's a focus on what divides us more than on what unites us. The attack on our nation's capital in large part stemmed from extremists refusing to believe reality and truth. The truth matters. Our elections are free, fair, and follow laws that are in place. Because we have laws in place to ensure free and fair elections, because of hardworking clerks and election workers across our state and country who followed these laws, who continue to follow these laws, because people across our state and nation made their voices heard loud and clear and voted in. We had record voter turnout in the face of incredible barriers amid a global pandemic. Yesterday's violence on the day that Congress was to certify election results shows that the former Democratic Vice President Joe Biden would be our next president. It came after weeks of attacks on our democratic processes and our election results right here in Michigan. But finally, in today's early hours, Congress voted to confirm that Joe Biden is, in fact, the victor of our presidential election. Truth won. I encourage all of us to take another breath and take the time we need to reflect on, process these events. We must continue to defend the truth. We must continue to engage and protect our democracy. We must hold those who fomented the violence accountable. We must take peaceful, nonviolent action and defend the truth. This is what it means to be a strong democracy. This is what it means to be American. This is how Michigan stays strong. Thank you.